great pleasure, I welcome all of you to another edition of OK Academy's e-learning program. As usual, I'm Uncle Eric, your science facilitator. And in today's lesson, we are going to look at matter. Substrand being particles in matter. But then, let's have a recap of what matter is. Matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. My emphasis are on mass and occupies space. In other words, for us to identify something to be an example of matter, that thing should have mass. Mass is how heavy or light an object is. And then it should be able to occupy a given space given to it. Another word we can use for occupying of space is volume. So you can also define matter as anything that has mass and volume. All right? Now let us look at the particles in matter. All right? Matter is made up of tiny particles that cannot be seen with our naked eyes. For instance, when we pick something like a board marker, it is made up of tiny, tiny, tiny particles that we cannot see with our naked eyes before we get this object as a board marker. I hope that is clear. The particles in matter are always moving. Take note of that. When we look at the particles of matter, whether solid, liquid, or gas, they are always moving. Now, if you want them to move very fast, there is something simple you need to do. All you need to do is apply heat. Now, as soon as you apply heat to any state of matter, it begins to move faster than it was before. And with time, we are going to demonstrate how fast these particles move when heat is applied. All right? Good. Let us look at the states of matter. We have three main states of matter, namely solid, liquid, and gas. Examples of solids being stone, pen, book, and so on. Examples of liquids being water, milk, petrol, and so on. Now let us look at examples of gases. We have oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and so on. Now let us look at how the various states of matter are formed. As I said earlier on, they are formed by several particles that cannot be seen with our naked eyes. Now when you pick any solid, this is how you are going to see the particles in them. As you can see here, they are tightly packed together, very, very close to each other. And that's how come we are able to hold solids without them falling down, because their particles are very, very compact. I hope that is clear. Now let's move to the particles in liquid. As you can see, they are a bit separated as compared to that of solid. All right? For instance, water, try to hold water and you will see it flowing easily because their particles are a bit separated. Lastly, let's look at gas. As you can see here, their particles are very, very separate from each other. And because of this, they are able to move freely and very, very fast. So if you compare these three states of matter, you realize that the particles in solid, although they move, but they do not move as fast as the particles in gases will move. In our next lesson, we shall also look at the changes in the state of matter. Note that when heat is applied to solid, it can change its state to another state, whether liquid or gas. Liquid can also change its state. Gas can also change its state. So we are going to look at the various changes that can occur in these three states of matter and the special names we give to these changes. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. A recap of what we did. First, we looked at what matter is, where we said matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. We also looked at the various states of matter being solid, liquid, gas. We also looked at the particles and how they are arranged in the various states of matter. Till we meet again, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.